Hiya, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
The most amazing things that can happen to a human being will happen to you if you lower your expectations. Welcome to the Weekly Pour podcast. Here are your hosts, TbT and Ace.
That's us. I'm TbT.
Why aren't you talking?
Welcome to the Weekly Pour podcast. This is episode 149. We are one away from hitting the big O 150 and our last one that we'll ever do, because we made a pact years and years ago that we would only do 150 episodes.
We signed a contract, remember?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, Motley Crue's lawyer drew it up for us.
Correct.
If you remember.
Correct. So we only have one episode left, and then we're leaving. So yeah, whatever. Enjoy it while you can. This is episode 149. This is the Weekly Pour podcast. Welcome in. If you're watching on the YouTubes or the Facebook, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, and say something in the chat so we know that you're there. We've got a lot of our regulars already in the chat. Mama TBT, Mrs. TBT, Nat McFook is there, of course, and our illustrious welcome back to our moderator who decided to pick us this week over family. Again.
Oh, for once.
For once. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she didn't pick us. It's just the fact that she had nothing else going on. So, hit that thumbs up. Not everybody has. You guys are in there. I see you are. If you're watching and you don't talk, that's fine. Just say hi. I'm in a new location. I don't know how it is. I can hear an echo. I don't know if it's coming through the mic. You guys are listening. You guys can tell us. The lighting is better. I look more tan.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know, some of us don't have the leisure time to go work on our tan all the time like you.
You look like you could be part of the new logo for Cracker Barrel.
What do you mean by that?
That was pretty good. I was just saying that you're not very tan right now. That was a pretty good one. But whatever.
I got a little tan. I just can't go out all the time and like work on it.
Yeah,
like
even a vampire had a good little tan.
Right. That Cracker Barrel thing is like blew up the internet.
Yeah,
it has blown up the internet.
There's been lots of stuff that's blown up the internet before we even get into the news, and of course we tried to stay as politically neutral as possible. And the Cracker Barrel thing has turned into, it's went crazy. The amount of memes that are out there, in regards to this logo are absolutely insane. My favorite one has been the, what was it? The Daryl Cracker? And it was Dimebag Daryl. May have been Dimebag Cracker. I don't know what it was. Hilarious. So, music, the world of metal and rock and roll's getting involved with it too, which has been kind of fun.
I haven't seen those memes as much as I've seen the ones about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce being engaged.
Oh, you mean
those memes?
Travis Kelce, Swift?
Swift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be weird seeing Swift on the back of his jersey.
On the back of his jersey. It's going to be strange.
Yeah.
But that I'm here though for the post-wedding Taylor Swift baby boom that's going to happen. Like if she gets pregnant, boom, everyone's getting pregnant.
You don't even know if she hasn't already had a baby.
Well, no, we don't talk every day or nothing.
Well, right. So she may have already had one. Or
In
Travis
secret?
could be pregnant.
Well, he might be.
Yeah. I fully expect this to be his last year in the NFL.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
No. Nah, he's got 2 more years.
No way. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just like we've got 1 episode left before we're done.
He'll play this year and at least next year. I think.
We'll see. I think 1 more year, but we'll see. We'll give it a shot. See what happens. I don't know.
What's he going to do? Cart the baby around the world while she tours?
Yeah. I want a copy of the prenup.
Oh, the one that's coming?
Yes. I just want a copy of it. I just want to read it. I'm so freaking nosy. I just want to read that. I want to see what it says.
Because we know it's coming, right? There has to be one, right?
They'd be stupid not to have one.
Yeah, because they both are worth a lot of money. I believe she's obviously worth more than he is, but
right.
He's no slouch. He's worth a lot of money. So you might want to protect your investments.
Did you know that she is not the #1 rated most rich entertainer?
No, I didn't think about it. Who would be?
She is #2.
Okay.
#1 is actually it was on the tip of my tongue. Jay-Z.
Oh, okay. Really?
Only because, if I remember this correctly, only because of the stuff that he has done outside of music. She is obviously #1 with owning her own catalog and everything that she's done music-wise. But the things that he's done on the outside, the Brooklyn Nets, all of his financial stuff like that, it moves him up to #1, like by twice as much as Taylor. However,
I think that's the last time I ever heard anything about the Brooklyn Nets was when the arena was built, and B, he got involved in buying them. That was it.
Right.
I don't think they've been relevant since.
I don't think so. One thing, there was a lot of people, and I take a little bit of pride in this because I don't know how many episodes ago that you and I had the conversation about, being a Swiftie and appreciating what she does and, new albums and all that. There were a lot of people that were trying to figure out, why did this get announced the day it did? It wasn't August 13th. There was nothing like that. However, TbT figured it out.
Okay.
It was the 238th day of the year. And when you add 8 plus 3 plus 2, you get 13. So there we go. I figured it out. Make a TikTok about it and give me credit.
I'm surprised you haven't made one.
Nah. I'm too busy working on my tan.
Right. You could have been walking down to the mailbox with your camera or your phone on a selfie stick, and
I could have. Because I could walk outside working on the tan.
Exactly. All right. You're fighting words, man. These are fighting words. I will be fit and tan looking next week. It's on.
In 7 days.
Oh yeah, easy.
Okay, I expect there to be nothing but photos of you laying in the sun on Monday because it's Labor Day.
You're right.
It's 48 degrees in the morning, so you're not going to be in the pool.
I don't have to be in the pool. I can be on top of the pool, floating.
You're going to fall.
That's how you tan.
I will drive my ass over to your house just to knock you off into the pool when it's 48 degrees.
You'll see me jumping out real quick. Real quick.
Yeah,
I will spring from the bottom straight up. It'll be like some sort of mermaid dancing on top of the waves as I come out of the water.
Wouldn't you be a merman?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But you don't know what's in my pool.
You still will not be tanned.
Oh, I'll guarantee it. You wait.
We'll see. I will. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll stay out of the sun for the next 7 days.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You don't have to cut. Don't cut me any slack.
Okay.
No, it's on like Donkey Kong.
So this is all in.
Oh yeah, you wait.
Okay. All right. You guys heard it. If you're listening, you've heard it. Ace will be, and you can't use your lights to make yourself look more tan.
Oh, that's what I'm doing now.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. You can't use them because it's not working.
No,
it's just not working.
How's that?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you're golden.
I mean, you can play with this all day.
Yeah, get off of that
Blue.
light. There you go. That's a little bit better because the other one was really, really bad. Really bad.
There. See, I already made myself
been
look
in
better.
A commercial for saltines.
Stop.
Good grief! I gotta catch up on this chat. Let's see. Float party at Ace's house, according to
That's right.
Natalie, the moderator. So that's Monday morning when it's 48 degrees outside. That's when the float party starts.
I have extra floaties.
And then she called you a rotisserie chicken.
What the heck's that mean?
I don't know.
Am I like succulent and flaky?
I was thinking plump and juicy, but whatever.
Same thing.
Plump, juicy, and tan, right? Good grief. There's a lot of stuff in the news today or in the past week. Yeah, there is, but here was my dilemma. The dilemma was trying to figure out what was going to be the most important things to talk about.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of filler. There's a lot of filler that we could have jumped into, but I didn't want to use filler because I think there's enough stuff, enough info to actually get into. There is also a cricket in here, and it's driving me insane. But
you got an echo and a cricket.
I have the echo. I don't think you guys do. I hope you hear the cricket because it's annoying me too. But you also have bottles here over my shoulder. So if anybody's thirsty, just say the word. Now Nat McFuck says that you're fit and tan or plump and juicy, potato. So yeah, same thing. So with all the news, like I said, I threw out some of the filler. If we get to some of the filler, okay. If not, whatever. There's a story about Gene Simmons. To me, it's filler because I don't care. And I don't know why this article was wrote.
I don't either. Because
unless
he's
it was
rich.
somebody else's filler.
He's rich. We know.
Yeah. Natalie, the moderator, you have a job. There is someone who's been missing for 2 weeks. What have you done?
Help. Nothing.
Hold on. You're going to fall over. You opened something up is what you did. We didn't have this issue last week.
This is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh, goodness gracious. If you're listening and you can't see what's going on, just be thankful.
What I did.
Oh, Natalie hit it. She said, there we go. Rotisserie Ace.
all I did, I had a story open.
Yeah.
I backed out of the story so I could line up the ones that you have sent, and we've got them organized here.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
I don't know what to
I can't even read the stories now and follow along and interact with you. I'm going to have to just wing it. Well, that's what I do anyway, wing it. But
like a rotisserie chicken. Anyway, if we get to the filler, we get to the filler. We are we're already in this by 15 minutes, and we've got a lot of stuff to do. So we're going to jump into this because I've got some things to say on some of these things. Our first story comes to us this week from our friends over at Loudwire, and this is an interesting story. Former Who drummer Zak Starkey has made a public plea to Axl Rose, of course, from Guns N' Roses, to return the master recording of a song that Zak Starkey claims could raise $2 million for the Teenage Cancer Trust. Now, the song in question is a star-studded cover of T-Rex's Children of the Revolution, which features contributions from Axl Rose, Slash, Duff McKagan, Elton John, and Starkey's father, Ringo Starr. Ringo Starkey.
Right.
The cover dates back to 2017 when Guns N' Roses and The Who both played Rock in Rio, and it was recorded for a charity album that's yet to receive a proper announcement. According to Starkey, Rose got a hold of the track in 2024, so last year, and his procrastination could be costing the collective $2 million in charity money. In a statement that was released, Starkey says, "Dear Axl Rose," because that's how you start all letters, "please give me my master of this track back. Me and his wife, Starkey's wife, spent 3 years making this Bolin tribute for teen cancer. The drummer says he's at an impasse without the master of Children of the Revolution, which his dad and his wife, is her name
That's what it looked like. Louise?
I don't know, but it's spelt SSHH.
Is that
Could
her
you
nickname?
imagine that? That's your wife's name, and you look at her and you're just like, shh.
Right now.
Or she says something from the far room and you're like, shh. Does she get mad at you, or does she come at you and be like, yeah, did you call? And you were like, oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love that.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
back to it. And him and his father arranged this song to include a modulating section for Slash's guitar, another for Duff's bass solo, and plenty of room for Elton John before you ask, shh, if you could sing it. He added, "It's a drag that the record is on the shelf, as Christie's auction house have advised it could generate $2 million for teen cancer." He ends the statement with the words, "Come on, bro."
How first of all, how does he know it's going to raise 2 million or could raise?
Because that's what Christie's auction house says that it could raise. I trust Christie's auction house. This is the same place that I took the Back to the Future guitar to see how much I could get for it.
Oh, that's where we found it, in your closet.
So
this is a collaboration Axl's on.
Yeah.
And why would he hold on to it? Why? I mean, there's nothing in here saying why he would hold on to it. I don't think.
No.
I mean, if he's got it, I don't know why he would hang on to it, especially if it's for charity. I mean,
I'll tell you why I think.
Okay.
Here's what I think. I think that maybe, and could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, this could be a selfish act by Axl. Because if this song was released, it would be the first recording to feature new contributions from Axl, Slash, and Duff McKagan since 2016 when they reunited.
Right. We haven't had a new Guns N' Roses record, and we probably won't.
Right.
But are you saying that he wants something out of this?
Potentially. I mean, I'm not saying he does or he doesn't, but I mean, potentially. Could that be a reason? Could it be an ego thing? Or could it really just boil down to, I don't even know what I did with it?
Right. I gave it to Bumblefoot.
Right. Yeah, John 5 had it the last time I knew, and he was going to do something with it. Or I gave it to Slash, and he gave it to a conspirator.
Ooh. Now that opens up a lot of possibilities when you have conspirators involved.
Exactly.
No, I don't know why he would hold on to it. It doesn't make any sense. It was for a specific reason. He donated his time to it. Why
Right.
wouldn't you have it? I mean, is Zach sure he's the one that has it?
Apparently, I don't think he would put the message out to anybody else if it wasn't for Axl. So who knows? And hopefully one of these days we hear it. Other than the fact that it would be good to raise money for charity, but I personally would love to hear something, from that trio of what we knew of part of Guns N' Roses, Children of the
Right.
Revolution. And if this was when was this recorded? 2017.
Well, something like that.
Yeah. So you're talking 8 years of previous Axl Rose voice.
This has been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, 2017, and we still don't have this charity album.
Yeah. Exactly.
So is it just one song that's missing? I mean,
I don't know. You're
why
asking
do
me
we?
questions I can't answer.
I know. I'm speculating. I'm just saying if it's the whole record, I get it. But if we're talking about one song, I'll just put out the album and be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starkey, he released it or leaked it on social media early this year. I never heard it. I'm gonna have to dig for it to see if it's out there, but I'm curious. And here's a little bit of trivia. Did you know that there have been 24 different musicians that have been in Guns N' Roses?
Well, I'm not sure that's. What do you say in Guns N' Roses? Are we counting all the people that came and went during Chinese democracy? All the people who came in that recorded. And,
we're going so far back as to count Tracy Guns.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense because there were a lot of people that were in Hollywood Rose, Guns N' Roses, that sort of thing. That whole time was kind of nuts.
Yeah,
but if you're counting all the people that came in and dropped 2 lines in, on Chinese democracy, I don't think that counts. Like
if they're on an
Buckethead
album and they got credit, it counts because they're getting money for it.
Well, they're not in the band though.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, whatever.
Big stuff happened on Monday. Obviously, we know that everybody doesn't watch the WWE. Okay, rotisserie. But I am
Did it happen again?
I am sure that if you watched WWE Raw on Monday, you were privy to listen to Becky Lynch, who happens to be the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Keep in mind that this episode was being broadcast live from Birmingham, England, which is the home of the late Ozzy Osbourne and, of course, the rest of the Osbournes. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at this, during Monday night's edition of Raw, wrestling superstar Becky Lynch, who used to be a fan favorite and is now a heel or a villain, however you want to term it, referenced Ozzy Osbourne's July 2025 death while backing away in part of the story from a match with a fellow superstar. What she said was, "I'm not wrestling in Birmingham." It's not Birmingham, by the way. Yeah, the only good thing that came out of here died a month ago. But in fairness to Ozzy Osbourne, he had the good sense to move to LA, a proper city. Because if I lived in Birmingham, I'd die too. This has caused somewhat of an uproar. Apparently, allegedly, we know how these things go. The WWE was shocked and disappointed in the words that Becky Lynch used. So not all the stuff that they say when they go out to the ring is scripted.
Who wrote the promo?
She probably did.
And didn't run it by anyone?
Well, we remember the whole thing with with what's her name, Tiffany Stratus and Flair,
right.
when they went off the cuff and started talking about divorces and being single and never being able to keep a man. So Kelly Osbourne has agreed with fans that have been angered by Becky's comments, and basically on I think it was Instagram, she gets on here, Kelly Osbourne does, and says, "You are a disgraceful. You are a disrespectful dirtbag." I mean, big words. Birmingham would not piss on you if you were on fire. Shame on the WWE for allowing such things to be said about my father and his home.
Now, to be fair, it's not unusual in wrestling to get cheap heat when you disrespect the city that you're in, if you're a heel. So if you're a bad guy, it is not unusual to say bad things about the city you're in. You might wear the opposing team's, the rival team's jersey. If you're in Philadelphia, you might wear a Cowboys jersey, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's not unusual. And now there are people that have defended this, saying that Becky's mention of Ozzy is an homage to Ozzy, like she's paying respect to him by mentioning him, saying he's the best thing to come out of Birmingham.
Sure.
I think that's odd to say that when it's a heel promo. She's doing this to get heat, right?
She absolutely is, and it worked.
Oh yeah,
we're talking about it because it made the news in the rock world, and we're talking about it. So yeah, it worked. This is exactly what she was probably aiming for.
Well, and are we going to see an episode of what is the show that the behind the scenes show?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, on Netflix, we're going to see an episode later where this is being discussed, and and they're telling her to go ahead and say, yeah, of course, that we want you to say it. It's
won't
all
be
revealed
for a year so that it dies down.
Right, because I can't believe that she would just go off the cuff. Good wrestlers with promo skills go off the cuff. That's not unusual, but I just can't believe she'd say something like that without someone knowing.
I agree. Somebody had to have.
Bruce Pritchard knew.
Bruce probably put him up to it. Absolutely. But I just wanted to bring that up. That could have been filler, but I mean, to me, that was pretty big, especially with the recent death of Ozzy.
No, that's not filler at all, because this goes to what you told me earlier before we went on the air. I asked you what your thoughts were, and you said that you thought it was too soon to even mention something like this. Too soon after Ozzy's death.
I do not think that it's too cruel. I just think, like I said before we went on the air, it was just too soon. But
there have been worse.
That's what a heel gets paid to do.
Right. Are you familiar with JBL's incident in Germany?
Absolutely.
Right. Where he's trying to get heel heat from the German crowd by doing the march, the SS march and the Hitler sign and or whatever, the Third Reich sign, and really getting it going, and that almost got him arrested, didn't it? Yeah, so that's not good. You shouldn't be doing that.
Look, it's not the first time, it's not the last time. It's gonna happen. And she did what she was supposed to do. Remember that when this was said by a character.
Correct.
Not the person whose name is not Becky Lynch. It is the character. That character is a bitch. And
she's very good at it. And she also mentioned that what England had been oppressing the Irish for 800 years because she's Irish.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, so this wasn't isolated. She was
Yeah.
ripping a promo and getting heat, and that's what she's supposed to do.
Yeah. I mean, the world didn't come unglued when Cody Rhodes told The Rock to go F himself.
Right.
So
this will blow over. I doubt there'll be ramifications of any significance to Becky Lynch. I mean, she's high profile and involved in a lot of things going on in WWE. So
April 2026, we'll call it now. Becky Lynch, Kelly Osbourne.
Yes.
Hell in a Cell.
Oh. Yeah, that'll be a great match.
Yeah, exactly. Big news coming out of Canada. This was something I knew was going to take you. That I thought you'd be pretty excited about. Canadian rock band Triumph is among the 9 legendary songwriters set to join the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. 8 other music creators will also be honored as part of the Legends, a 2025 series of induction events saluting songwriters whose music has helped define Canada's cultural landscape for generations. There's a list of the 9 songwriters that are set to be inducted. I'm not going through them because I do not recommend or recognize any of them except for Triumph.
I might if I could look at the story, but I am not touching anything on my iPad because I may rotate.
Do it one time. Just try it one more time.
No, you want to see me rotate?
Yeah, I do. I want to see if it happens.
It's just going to happen
one more time.
Oh well, okay.
Just one more time, because this didn't happen last week at all.
I may be able to read the story, and then after that, it may be over.
No, I just want you to click it just one time and see if it works.
Okay, I am in the story. I'm going to go out of the story.
Oh, it happened.
See?
Yeah. Rotisserie Ace. This is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to move this right over here. And we're just going to keep that there for the rest of the show. Rotisserie Ace, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't see it, we will absolutely post this on social media just so...
Look how tan I am.
Well, at least from the neck down.
That's great. No, this is...
Are you going to fix yourself or what?
Well, I was waiting on the turkey to go away.
You didn't? That's not a turkey. It's Rotisserie Ace.
All right. Man, I opened the story up again. Okay. I don't know these people either.
Yeah.
So no, Rick that's Emmett, awesome. That's awesome. They're going in. So go ahead. Yeah, continue.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Rick Emmett already in the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame as a single artist?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That he was already inducted. But maybe that has to do with his solo work.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was his solo stuff that got him in, and then this is actually the band. It'd be like Ozzy, and then Black Sabbath.
And it's interesting because Rick Emmett's solo work is not strictly rock and roll. It's blues, it's jazz, it's folk music. It's all over the place.
Right.
Some of it's instrumental, that sort of thing. So that's kind of cool. I'm stoked that they're going in as a group.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Triumph. So any accolade they get, I'm all there for. And it seems like after they have quit performing, they're getting a lot more attention than they have in years in these last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to do a quick pause, and we'll jump back into this. Natalie, moderator Natalie, has a job. She needs to find out where the Viper's at, because now that we're talking about Triumph, I'm missing the Viper. This is 2 weeks in a row. I thought maybe he was with Natalie last week, but now that she's here and he's still gone, he's missing. He's missing in action.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah. I did get a message from him today, but other than that, nothing. I'm trying to look in this real quick. The class of 2025, blah, blah, blah. This is this takes place a couple different times. In October 17th in Toronto, and in Montreal a month later on November 17th. Each evening will feature live tributes and special guest performances from emerging and sought-after artists. And this is all with the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame's permanent location in Studio Bell, home of the National Music Centre in Calgary, which features exclusive artifacts and one-of-a-kind memorabilia celebrating Canada's greatest songwriters and inductees. That is, again, I don't know who these other people are. It doesn't matter. But when a band outside of the solo stuff, a band goes in for their combined contribution and recognized by the country for
Right.
a songwriting hall of fame is that's pretty epic.
Yeah, and what I like too is that like deservedly so, Rick Emmett gets a lot of credit for what they do, songwriting wise and such. But Gilmore is no slouch in that department.
Right.
And this also recognizes Mike Levine's part in what arrangements he's done to help that sound, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that even though one guy gets lauded a lot for being the main songwriter, it's really a group effort. It always is.
Triumph was inducted into the Canadian Music Industry Hall of Fame in 2007, the Canadian Music Hall of Fame in 2008, and Canada's Walk of Fame in 2019. So that's whatever the next thing is after a trifecta, they're hitting it. Would that be a squarefecta?
A square. No, and they just performed live, for the NHL playoffs. That was pretty neat. They occasionally release anniversary editions of their albums and promote them. So they're busy all the time keeping their name out there.
Right. Which is good. Someone else who's also keeping their name out there, contrary to rumors of his retirement, is Bon Jovi drummer Tico Torres, who recently came out, this just a couple days ago on Monday, and shot down rumors that he has retired from the band.
Goes to show you can't read everything on the internet and believe it.
Absolutely ridiculous. So the message from him was a short video that says, "Hi everybody, Tico Torres from Bon Jovi here. I'm here to dispel a lot of rumors that I've read. People calling me up saying, 'Did you retire from music, from the band?' His answer, 'Well, no. I have no idea how this stuff starts. Musicians don't retire, especially me. Me and the boys, John and everybody, we're still making music. I mean, the best we've ever been. All I can tell you is don't listen to what you read. It's most likely bullshit. See you later.'"
Vito Bratta would probably disagree that musicians don't retire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows where this started? I mean, people in today's world of social media, people like to make crap up just to see how far it'll go.
It's like celebrity deaths.
Right.
We see all the time clickbait articles that someone died or someone's last days or something like that. This isn't, I mean, no one died here, but, it got pretty far that it got back to Tico that he had to make a response that he's not retiring.
Yeah. Which is good. I'm glad he's not. But I mean, if it was his time, it's his time. But people, just shut up. If it doesn't involve you, just shut up. Stop
Right.
it.
What are you getting out of it by making up rumors?
Yeah.
It's not like your name is out there. I'm the one that made the rumor up, not me, but
Bon Jovi Talk which is a on X, on the Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It questioned this back on the 7th of August and says, wait, has Tico retired? Apparently, David said in the latest podcast with John that he and John started when they were 16, and now they're the only two remaining in the band. If Tico is done, that's the band done. Tico is the heart and soul of the band. This isn't a whatever. It went on and on. But maybe, I mean, people forget about the drummer sometimes, kind of like the bass player.
Well, I guess in general, yeah, they kind of do. I'm surprised that he's still drumming as long as they've been around, because that's, outside of singing, that's the most physical thing in a band. There's drummers out there that have had rotator cuff surgery and carpal tunnel surgery, and
there's some that lose their arm.
There's some that lose their arm and play. Did you see Def Leppard was on America's Got Talent a week ago?
No, I do not watch that show.
I do watch that show, and it's a lot of fun.
No.
But yeah, Def Leppard made an appearance, performed a song, and it was pretty cool.
I know Mama TBT watches it because last week when we were talking about the residencies in Vegas, she sent a text that said, hey, Def Leppard was just on whatever you're saying. And they mentioned about they were doing the Vegas residency. So yeah,
right.
I now know two people that watch that show.
And everyone has a residency in Vegas. Don't forget, ours starts in 2 months.
Yep.
We have to be ready. Everyone has one. My
Yeah.
dogs will be there.
Correct. Your rotisserie chicken will be there.
Right. That's kind of part of the show. The dogs, the rotisserie chicken, the chaos.
Moving right along, because time does have a chance to get away from us. And speaking of Bon Jovi, they are going to release Forever, the Legendary Edition, which is a new version of last year's Forever album, to be released October 24th. Forever, the Legendary Edition, will include guest appearance on vocals by artists such as Jelly Roll, Robbie Williams, Ryan Tedder, Def Leppard's Joe Elliott, Lainey Wilson, Avril Lavigne, and Bruce Springsteen.
Well, he's from Jersey,
among others.
He's got to be on there. He's from Jersey.
Also included will be a new opening track entitled Red, White, and Jersey, which will be released on Friday, August 29th, so 2 days from now, along with a new version of Hollow Man featuring Bruce Springsteen.
I can hear it now.
Oh, so can I.
I can hear it now.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I love Bruce. So
yeah.
Why this album?
Because it was the latest one.
But isn't this the one that came out and then went to number one on the charts when it came out, and then dropped to 552nd the next day?
So
am I wrong?
To quote John, this is what he says. He goes, "This album is more than just a collection of collaborations. It is an album born out of necessity. My vocal cord rehab was a well-documented journey that played out while releasing Forever in 2024. I was singing well in the studio for recording, but the vocal demands and rigors of touring were still slightly out of reach. Without an ability to tour at the time, I continued working in the studio and called on some friends, great singers, artists, musicians, and also just great people. The result is an album with a new viewpoint and new spirit, a collaboration album that proves we all get by in this world with a little help from our friends." That's a stolen line. "I feel tremendous joy and gratitude releasing this album, and I think it shows in the music. I can say with certainty that there is always something bigger than me, and that's we."
I wonder if John thought the potential of this record was still there, that maybe his vocal issues were holding it back a little bit. So if the potential's there and the songwriting's strong, maybe we could do this a different way and people can appreciate the music.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, that's a very good outlook on it. I think so. I think it's a very good possibility.
Because when it came out, that's the first thing we went to was, how does John sound?
Right.
You know, and it distracts from whether the song is good. Is the song good, or are we worried about what John sounds like?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have a different reason to listen to the music, which is, cool.
We don't.
Bruce is on it. You know, I want to hear what Bruce does, or what Avril Lavigne does, or something like that.
Because nobody cares what Bruce did.
Oh, I think that'll be the highlight.
I'm pretty sure the highlight will be track number 9, which is going to be Walls of Jericho featuring Joe Elliott.
Whoa. That's the song, right?
Yes.
And Chris Jericho is not on that?
Right. Chris Jericho is not from Jersey.
Is Joe Elliott?
Yes.
No, he's not.
He's from the Jersey of England. Yeah, I don't know. Walls of Jericho totally should have been Chris Jericho, but, you know, Living in Paradise, instead of featuring Avril Lavigne, should have been Axl Rose. You know.
Or
Jelly Roll is featured in Living Proof.
That sounds like a Jelly Roll type of song.
Yeah.
Is he's just everywhere now. Like you're not putting a record out unless you've got him on it.
Nope. Exactly. We're not doing a podcast without having Jelly Roll on it.
That would be actually pretty cool.
I'll reach out to his people later.
Please do.
Yeah, it has to be next week because that would be our last episode.
I want his take on Kelly Osbourne stepping in the ring.
Good call.
That's what I want.
Okay, we'll see. And new news that I was very excited about is that Cheap Trick has announced a new album called All Washed Up. Legendary Rockers will release this new album in November, actually on November 4th. The first single, 12 Gates, already has a visualizer video and you can listen to it. Keep in mind that this is all of the same original lineup with the exception of drummer Bunny Carlos. He stopped touring with the band 15 years ago. But Rick Nielsen's son, Dax, is the drummer. And, of course, Rick is a guitarist. Tom Peterson, the bassist, and, of course, singer Robin Zander. This is the 21st album in Cheap Trick history, I believe. Their 20th album was released back in 2021, I think it was.
That was a different world. Was that what that
was
called?
Another World.
In Another World, and it got critical acclaim.
Yeah,
it was one of their better, more current releases. I actually listened to that one quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Cheap Trick since I was about 15. When I was drinking margaritas and slamming little fists of Jack Daniels with Robin Zander. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, have you ever told that story on air?
No.
Someday you need to tell that story on air about you hanging out with Robin Zander.
I will talk about it on the 151st episode.
Are we going to be here?
No, that's the point.
Well.
All right. I want to congratulate you, Ace, for your...
It's your birthday.
No. I want to celebrate you for your recent purchases on eBay. Very proud of this. It was something that I wasn't expecting to read, but I'm glad I did. With you being the number one bidder and winner of the, let me get this right, of the 1995 August issue of Playgirl featuring Typo Negative singer Peter Steele.
I don't even know who that is.
Have you ever listened to Typo Negative?
Once, maybe.
Okay. this is a filler that I'm throwing in just because it needs about 45 seconds of airtime. So Peter Steele posed for Playgirl back in 1995. That magazine, that issue, hey, think Sable, Playboy, think Tori Wilson, Playboy. So Peter Steele, Playgirl, this issue today is still fetching, let's see, the number one amount paid, $775 for this issue. The highest current active listing on eBay is trying to get $5,000 for a copy of the magazine. There are some quotes in here about Peter Steele and what he had to say about doing it. I'm not going to read those. Just know that he was paid $2,000 to pose for that magazine.
I didn't know anyone ever even bought that magazine. That
Natalie, the moderator, did.
I mean, I always thought that was if you talk to women, they don't typically buy that. That was more for I think gay men, wasn't it? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
I always
it's
heard
on
that.
her coffee table
right now.
Yeah, that's what she says. She says in the chat that it's on her coffee table.
And I'm not saying that for any other reason than I'm just surprised that an issue of Playgirl would go for any kind of substantial amount of money because it wasn't that big a deal.
Oh, maybe it was that big of a deal, and that's why it's getting that much money.
Well, what's it say about him?
I don't know. I've closed it. I've nothing to. He's dead.
You have blown my mind with this.
I don't. I think you need to be careful in your choice of words.
Oh.
So moving right along before Natalie gets excited. Just when you think that getting Tony Bennett and Mark Tremonti together, sort of, or actually his was Frank Sinatra. Sorry.
Right.
Mark Tremonti covering a bunch of Frank Sinatra stuff as a side project. We now have Rob Halford contemplating a Tony Bennett covers project. That I am intrigued.
It's very, very interesting.
That is extremely intriguing.
How is he going to deliver those songs? Rob Halford style? Because that would be great.
Oh, yeah. Rob Halford's Christmas album is one of my all-time favorites.
Right. It's awesome. So is he going to try to that or is he going to sing it straight?
I don't know. As a matter of fact, Rob Halford himself says, yeah, I'd love to do that. I don't know how I would go about it, but I better get a move on it if I'm going to do something like that. Because you don't know. Yeah, I couldn't even speculate on that.
Yeah, I think it would be worthwhile for him to do it just so we know what he's going to do.
Yeah. He doesn't have any firm plans to do it, but that is something to really, really think about, especially if you are a Priest fan, if you were a Fight fan, you're just a Halford fan of his voice and legendary voice and everything that he does. Gosh, I still remember when I was first introduced to Judas Priest, and that was the Painkiller album.
And, and that's a great record.
Yeah,
that's a great record.
So I can only hope. I can only hope that happens. But that we may be a couple years from that. Actually,
there's a market for it too because I think Tremonti, when he did the Sinatra record, he got some acclaim and some pats on the back for that one. So maybe this is creating a whole new avenue for these guys.
We got about 5 minutes left to try to get at least 2 stories, maybe just this one. But because we talked about it in the intro, we have to mention that Mike Tramp, lead vocalist for White Lion, of course, believes that fans will never hear any more music from former White Lion guitarist Vito Bratta. which in itself is sad. This article that I read is ridiculously long. I can sum it up into 2 words, maybe 5 words. He ain't gonna do it anymore.
Well, I wonder what brought that up. Probably he gets asked that a lot. Like, will there be a reunion? Will Vito come out, out of retirement, because musicians don't retire? Vito had a lengthy article, just a few years ago, first one in a long, long time, interview with him, where he talked about where he's been all this time, and he had been taking care of his mother. He moved back home and recently went up in the attic and discovered all his guitars, and they were occupied by mice and things like that, because he hadn't touched them in so long. But he also seemed kind of open to playing again, but he had also had an injury, if you remember. He had hurt his hand.
Telling.
But he seemed to be open again to playing music. His mother has passed. He's freer now to do what he wants.
But everything that we're getting, this is all from the mind or the voice, the mouth of Mike Tramp. So
right.
Do we? Like I said, this article is stupid long, and he talks a lot. But who knows? Who knows? Well, you and I for a couple years have been saying stuff about Vito Bratta and really wanting to hear from him and all that. So,
well, and you're right, because I just said that article I mentioned was a couple of years ago.
Right.
So if Vito wanted to do it, he would have already done it probably. The opportunities are there. He could do his own thing. He could probably get back together with Mike Tramp.
Yeah.
And just do something if they want to. I don't know what the desire is for that.
I'm going to say there's not much of one from Vito Bratta because it's just not happening.
Well, and it's hard. Where do you it's a crowded area out there to even get shows.
Yeah.
And do you want to play clubs when you used to play arenas? At the age that you're at, do you have to do it?
Yeah, and here's a little bit of another thing of trivia in regards to this. Vito Bratta owns White Lion, the name White Lion. Yeah,
that's why he talks about Mike Tramp's White Lion.
Right.
Mike Tramp does.
Yeah, right? It was an out of court settlement based on some kind of thing that was going on, a rift between those two. That Tramp ceded ownership of the name White Lion to Bratta in that out of court settlement. So. And I don't know how recent this was. It may have been back in about 2019 or so on Trunk Nation with Eddie Trunk, another radio show. Mike Tramp said that he and Vito are once again on speaking terms following his ill-fated attempt to bring back White Lion a decade and a half ago. So 34 years since they broke up. It's not happening. It's not looking good. But we've been proven wrong before.
Right. And I will say one thing they could do if they did get back together, they could probably do opening slots on some of these shed shows we see in the summer with those bands. They could probably do that. There would be enough demand. It'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. I'd still watch it.
Right. I don't know that they could headline any of it. They're not that, going to be able to do that, but I think they could open a few.
Yeah. For Stained fans, this is we're going to close out our last 30 seconds on this. For Stained fans, if you are also a fan of Aaron Lewis, I highly, highly recommend that you check out his recent conversation in a sit-down interview with Tucker Carlson. Of course, Ace and myself stay completely out of the political arena because it's not important for this show. However, if you're a fan of Stained, you're a fan of Aaron Lewis, I highly recommend you watch the Tucker Carlson show or listen to the podcast of it. They talk for nearly 2 hours discussing politics, music, business, hunting, fishing, and his 30-plus career year career as an entertainer. This episode has already been viewed over 4 million times. Kind of just shows you what kind of drawing power that Aaron Lewis brings. And I've watched it, or actually listened to it. Very informative. 4 million views. It's interesting. If you're a music fan, he talks some stuff about the business, and I think it's well worth it. I would highly recommend it.
The stuff they cover in it almost sounded like a Joe Rogan interview where they just cover everything from politics to music to hunting and fishing.
100%.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a Rogan type thing.
Yeah, 100%. You got to remember, Aaron Lewis is currently on tour, touring the country on his 2025 American As It Gets tour. It's very it's interesting. I'll just leave it at that. There was one request in the chat room. It looks like it came from the moderator, and she says, "Is it time to sing Happy Birthday yet?" You have about 15 seconds, and you can. But first, let me remind you that this is the Weekly Pour Podcast. Episode 150 is next week. We look forward to it. We thank everybody for joining. We appreciate the Rotisserie Ace, which is now your legal name. I'm going to hit this button right here, which is going to play Happy Birthday. I appreciate all of the birthday wishes.
Just so you know, it's TBT's birthday today, and he spent it here entertaining you.
Of course.
And me.
Well, I mean, you can only turn 29 about 15 more times.
Right, before people catch on.
Yeah. All right. Just for you, Natalie, I'm going to push this music button for you to hear Happy Birthday, and I will sit here and suffer. Are you ready, Ace?
I'm ready. I'm waiting.
Okay. All right. Here we go.